that $5 toy, that $10 t-shirt, that $2 plastic water bottle. They're convenient, affordable, and everywhere. But have you ever stopped to ask yourself, who's really paying the real price for all this cheap stuff? Because I promise you, it costs a lot more than what's on the price tag. By the end of 2025, our oceans could contain 3 times more plastic than they do today. Over 5.25 trillion pieces of plastic already contaminate our seas, and this number is growing exponentially. The Great Pacific Garbage Patch already covers an area 3 times the size of France. It's out of sight for most of us, which is precisely why it continues to grow unchecked. That water bottle you used for 15 minutes, it will take 450 years to decompose. In the meantime, it breaks down into smaller and smaller pieces. These microplastics are now everywhere, in our oceans, soil, air, food chain, drinking water, and yes, even in your bloodstream. That $10 t-shirt, it took 2,700 liters of water to produce, the same amount a person drinks in 2.5 years. Fast fashion is the second largest polluter after the oil industry. Every second, the equivalent of 1 garbage truck of textiles is landfilled or burned globally. And those synthetic fabrics, they release microplastics with every wash. These microfibers are too small for filtration systems. They end up in our waterways, in fish, and eventually on your dinner plate. We upgrade our phones every 2 to 3 years on average. But what happens to the old ones? E-waste is the fastest growing waste stream in the world. Only 17% gets properly recycled. The rest ends up in landfills or is shipped to developing countries. These cheap electronics contain toxic materials like lead, mercury, and cadmium. When improperly disposed of, they leach into soil and water, causing severe health problems for communities living nearby. The true cost of cheap products includes communities near production facilities, wildlife, future generations, or even your own body as it accumulates microplastics and toxins. So what can we do? That's where EcoCreds comes in. As the only on-chain carbon credits tracking platform, EcoCreds brings transparency and accountability to environmental action. Whether you're a business offsetting your carbon footprint or an individual supporting clean energy projects, every carbon credit issued can be tracked, verified, and traded with complete confidence in its impact. The platform uses blockchain technology to ensure that each credit represents real environmental action, eliminating double counting and providing an immutable record of your contribution to fighting climate change. The real price of cheap stuff isn't paid at the cash register, it's paid by our planet, vulnerable communities, and ultimately our own health. But we have the power to change this equation. By demanding transparency, choosing sustainable options, and supporting systems that reward responsible choices, we can create a world where the price tag reflects the true cost. Because our planet can't afford for us to keep buying cheap, and neither can we. Learn more about how you can be part of the solution at EcoCreds.com. Because when it comes to our planet, we can't afford to cut corners.
Follow us on X to learn more.